And we on. Yeah. Salute, fam. I seen Winston Lee was in there. I'm about to get on over there right now. Oh, ain't nobody else in the building, just Winston Lee and shit. But yeah, we got social scientists and my boy King of Kings in the building. Like he jumped off, man. Let me go back over there. Well, as soon as I go back over, I know I gotta work with King of Kings on. He jump off like 10 times every goddamn live. But yeah, man, shit, we had an upset week this week. Social scientists, man. What you think about it, man? What you think about Christopher Colbert getting his A handed to him, and Rigondeaux got his A handed to him, and shit, I guess we're gonna call it a upset with Taylor, even though he didn't get the L. But a lot of motherfuckers say he lost, man. He got them tips put on him, man. What you think about the upsets this week?
Well, man, I can't speak on the Regan fight because I only saw the knockdown. I saw a little clip of the knockdown. I haven't seen the whole fight yet. The Josh Taylor fight, I didn't understand why he was trying to fight small, like he was coming in crouched down, trying to throw to the body, wasn't jabbing. Like that shit was weird to me. Um, as far as the whole Colbert fight, man, this guy, okay, he's supposed to be Mr. Defensive Wizard. Because I saw that interview on Fight Hype when he was, when the last time you see me get hit in a fight and all that type of shit. So that's when I started paying attention to his defense because I'm like, okay, this guy, he nice, he gonna beat everybody by unanimous decision, but then he started trying to walk everybody down, and I have seen him get hit a lot, and that shit, like, it was like wasn't nothing working against this Garcia guy because this guy was just walking through everything. He couldn't bully him, he couldn't box him. Then when he tried to box him, he didn't have his hands up, ended up getting knocked on his ass. Kobe, that was just a disappointing performance for me, for somebody who's been a Kobe fan for a while. So yeah, that's my take on the three fights.
He probably won one round. Hey,
Yeah,
King, what you think about this upset fight week or bad performance week with Colbert, Taylor, and Rigondeaux? What's your thoughts on
Hey,
this?
let's start with Colbert, man. Hey, Trey X, you ought to be ashamed of yourself trying to hustle your dad and talk about Sweet Pea Whitaker. Don't never mention Sweet Pea and no Colbert, man. Don't never do it. That was sad, bro. I'm just saying. Yo, Colbert, man. Look, everybody may know that I ain't a big fan of Colbert. I'm one of them dudes gonna pick up against him, even if it was illogical for me to do so. But the man just looked like I don't mind the loss, but you got beat, swept. It wasn't even close. And then on top of that, at the time period, look, I'm like this. If you losing, at least try to show some fight or something. He literally just skipped around the last few rounds to the point I was hearing Trey X calling the fight. And Trey X was just chilling. Wasn't they doing combination? And then he just like, they be like, 5 minutes, look at this dude running around. He started singing songs and stuff. I was like, you got Trey X singing? You got your ass whooped. It was
Hey,
sad, man.
shout out Gil Coles in the building. Salute, bro. Rod X the champ in the building.
GC.
D-Bid OG 03 in the building. J1 Pro, salute, bro. What's happening? Love Group Japan in the building. Salute, bro. What's happening? What's good, everybody? Go ahead, King. You got it.
Hey, but like I said, man, once again, man, Colbert, like I said, I ain't no secret. I don't really like the dude, but it's things to. But if you want to talk the talk, you gotta be walking the walk, and some things just don't sound intelligent. Oh, I ain't watched no film. You got a guy coming off 2 weeks notice. Anybody in your camp could have looked at this dude at the weigh-ins and he was ready to fight. So what were you trying to do? You don't have the power to keep somebody off you. You don't have the discipline. You clearly now don't got the heart. Um, it is what it is, man. I wish I put some money on it, but that was complete domination.
Hell
yeah, and
yeah.
all that shit
Salute,
he
bro. What's
talked
good,
too,
Trey?
man. Oh my god,
Salute,
that
salute.
shit.
What's going down?
Salute,
Trey
bro.
X, the hustle.
What's
Hey,
going
what you
down
think?
with
What you
y'all,
think
man?
about the upset week?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man. This was a tough weekend for me since my favorite fighter went down, and Josh Taylor. My legacy fighter, and
My
then
condolences to you about that, brother. By the way.
appreciate that, my brother. Little B hop and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you something that really stood out to me, man. After the fight, I saw some videos where I think it was Fight Hype. They was dropping tweets and shit that was sent by Terrence Crawford about Josh Taylor and Shakur Stevenson about Little B Hop. And when I looked at that shit, man, you know what I got from that? I got disappointment. Like I'm one of them people that can kind of read shit. Like I can read energy, you know what I'm saying? And I saw disappointment in the motherfuckers. Like with Josh Taylor, people respected that motherfucker, man. He was respected pretty much all around the fight game. I had saw one time, I don't know if he was at a fight or a press conference, but Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson, they passed by Josh Taylor, and Josh Taylor was sitting down, then he stood up to shake their hands, you know what I'm saying? And I saw mutual respect. And as a matter of fact, when they turned away, Shakur Stevenson looked at Crawford and were like, man, that motherfucker is kind of big. You know what I'm saying? Like I could just tell the tone. So when this motherfucker go out here and get his ass whooped, like I know that Terrence Crawford said what he said, but at the same time, I could sense that he thinking, like, damn, bro, you just went out there and just fucked up some shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go out there and lose like that, we just lost some anticipation for me and you fighting. And if I was to go out there and beat you, I might not even get the same type of credit because you just went out there and got a gift. You went out there and got your ass whooped.
Yeah.
And then on Shakur Stevenson's side, these guys been knowing each other since they was kids. They've been seeing each other at tournaments and shit. They done sparred a bunch of times. They was anticipating one day they would have a big fight between the two of them, maybe be on pay-per-view or something like that. They were saying down the line, we have us a big fight. So he go out there and go get his ass toe off the bone. He don't even go out like Josh Taylor. He went out there and went out like a little girl on the cool, you know what I'm saying? And and Shakur Stevenson felt like he was about to bully him. He was like, man, you know what? He didn't make no excuses though. So I'm gonna go and leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? Like that was disappointment, man. Them boys went out there and fucked some shit up. So that was one of the main things. Let me say one more thing. Catterall also stuck out to me. I know I felt like he should have got the decision, but it's something about surviving your way to a championship. It just don't look good. Even though he did some real good work, especially early in the fight, bro, he survived in the last second half of the fight like a majority of it. That's just not good when you trying to win a championship. You trying to take down one of the fucking bosses in the sport. You don't survive your way to that shit. It made me think about Usyk. When Usyk had his opportunity against AJ, he did not survive his way down the stretch. He whooped AJ ass down the stretch. As a matter of fact, he almost stopped him in the 12th round. You know what I'm saying? I think Catterall should have been in better shape, stopped fighting self-defense all fight, and made more of an offensive impression coming down the stretch instead of surviving and holding and wrestling and headlocking and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like he probably should have won, but at the same time, I have some disappointment in him that he didn't take the bull by the horns like the motherfucker like to say and control his own destiny. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that stood out to me from this past weekend.
Let me piggyback on that real quick, though, because I didn't speak about the Josh Taylor fight. Oh, I'm sorry about that. What you saying, Mark?
Go ahead.
Oh, but yeah, just piggybacking on that. You're right, man, because the thing about it is you know what you're going up against. You know, Usyk was aware. Okay, I don't care if I've been dominating this fight. This is still AJ's house. I'm gonna make it be like if you rob me, there's gonna be a national investigation. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Catterall, like you said, I had him winning the fight. Josh Taylor was a sucker for that left hand all night. He was fighting on a single line, no real jab, sloppy. It was a mess. But like you said, Catterall, you know, if you even go by he won one scorecard. So another one, you know, the ridiculous one, I'm not even going to include that, but another one he lost 113, 112. That's literally one round where if you had probably stepped on the gas, you win the fight, you know. And the last two rounds, he kind of just was it looked like he was tired and he was laying on him, and I still gave him, you know, I still was thinking he was doing a good impression, but it's like you're in the hometown of the champion, man, and I still do believe in taking it, but you don't do a victory lap in a fight when you ain't the champion, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Like if you just look at them rounds in a vacuum, right? Like let's say I ain't been watching the fight all day and I just turned the fight on right then. And I asked myself, out of these two guys, who look like a champion right now? Josh Taylor looked like the champion in them rounds. He the motherfucker that's coming forward, making the fight, look like he want to fight. You know what I'm saying? There's other guy just out there surviving. So, like, if you hadn't seen the early rounds, you wouldn't even be understanding the position that Catterall was in. Just his body language and all that kind of shit, it wasn't good. So I just wish the motherfucker just would have handled his business. You know what I'm saying? Josh Taylor, that's my fighter that I like, you know, because he's a legacy fighter and all that kind of shit. But hey, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta say, salute to my boy DB at OG, because I didn't see you. This your second time, because he was talking shit to me, because I was talking shit to him about his favorite prospect getting his ass whooped, Gabriel Flores. And now since then, my favorite fighter, period, then got his ass whooped, and my favorite prospect and got his ass whooped. So yeah, I'll acknowledge that.
Shout out to champions first. Salute, fam. Hyphy in the building. Gil Cole
Champion
talking
first,
about
that little Feezy.
Look, Gil Cole talking about he said, Marlo, you didn't have to bring up me picking Russell by 11 round knockout when it was only 10 rounds, bro. Had the whole gym on his head.
KO 11. That's my boy right there, man. Gil
Yeah,
Cole. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Gil picked the goddamn KO in the 11th round for Russell, and it was only a 10 round fight. Boy, if he would have got that, he would have been up. He probably would have got first place.
That motherfucker.
He missed out by 7 points. Hey, Russell got to stop this.
He knocked that nigga out while they were reading the scores and shit.
No, everybody think it's just 10 rounds in the fight, but that's what the man wants you to believe. So they got y'all counting with natural numbers, but you're supposed to be counting with integers, you know what I'm saying? And whole numbers. We're supposed to start with 0. So if you start with 0, by the time you get to the 10th round, it's the 11th round. You understand? Y'all stay woke out there.
It's white supremacy, baby.
They go 619 Cali Factor in the building. Salute, bro.
Salute.
Hyphy say Catterall did what a lot of the Latin American fighters do. Took his foot off the gas and didn't win the final rounds. Clear.
I can't just think of no examples for some reason off the top of my head, but what he said do sound kind of familiar. Only person I could think of is Robson Consacao. I guess he could have did a little bit better against Valdez coming down the stretch.
Hey, y'all don't be ducking the panel. Here go the time to get the Mondays. You know, we put the link up there. Y'all can join. You know, keep in mind, if you one of them shadow listeners, you know what I'm saying, one of them people in the background, you know, that's not familiar, you're not getting on. We're talking about the people in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no Kangaroo Jacks up in here.
Nah, Kangaroo Jack was cool, man. He just
I
just
know.
didn't know him.
Oh yeah, shout out to Kangaroo Jack, man. He ended up being pretty cool. He jumped up in the chat and shit and ended up having a respectable conversation, man. Some of these cats be weirdos around here. I don't know what they be thinking, man. Their walls is padded, if you know what I mean. They go say Taylor is moving up to 147. I would hope so, man. The man looked like a skeleton at the weigh-in. He already.
Oh, my bad, bro. Go ahead.
He barely can get old boy off him when he was choking him out. Y'all seen that?
Yeah, that's what that man. That when he put his hands around his throat, I was like, man, what? At home? You gonna let the Englishman do you like that?
I thought he underestimated him.
Yeah, Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor said he moving up to 147 after this fight. He said he will rematch Jack Catterall, but it's got to be at 147.
Appreciate that super chat from Social Scientist. Appreciate you, bro.
That's the Kane, nigga. Appreciate that, bro. Oh, I thought I'm tripping. You got the same name. I don't know why when I see your name, Social Scientist, I automatically think the Kane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that. But yeah,
Taylor 5'10" though. We got to remember that Taylor is 5'10" at 140, and when you that size, it seems like your days been kind of numbered. Like look at Boots Ennis. Hell, he 5'10", he didn't stay there very long, and he a young man. Look at Virgil Ortiz. He was at 142, 5'10". He didn't stay there long either. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's kind of impressive that he stayed here that long. And also you got to think about Ramirez. Ramirez fight this Friday. He another one of them 5'10" guys that was looking drained in his last fight. His
Hey,
days
but
are probably number 2.
Hey,
hey,
we're gonna
homeboy
talk
like
about
this,
that too,
man.
y'all. He fight Pedraza.
Oh
Ramirez
my
versus
God.
Pedraza this weekend.
Hey, I'm not gonna give nobody no props for fucking dropping weight and being at an unhealthy division. That's man, damn that. They should have been the mood at the 147. I don't understand that. Why not? I understand why they spot guys there, but if the dude's at his strongest, and even if that puts him at the top 20 instead of top 10 at a different weight, man, I don't understand that shit. Killing yourself trying to get to a weight that you ain't comfortably getting to.
Well, the
And he
reason I
had
say
Ben Davis
well
there.
the reason I say that is kind of impressive because it takes discipline. You know what I'm saying? Because if you steady ballooning and shit all the time, man, I imagine that you wouldn't be able to do that. I ain't never seen Josh Taylor looking fat, like fat in the face and shit, like I see some other fighters. So I think that the discipline is impressive. But the overall dropping weight and shit, I never have been a supporter of that. But at the same time, if you don't play the game, you are at a major disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? If you fight at your natural weight and them other guys is coming down from 30 and 40 pounds, they're gonna be a lot bigger than you. And I done been in the ring with some motherfucker that was a lot bigger than me. Like I would go to tournaments and shit. Sometimes I couldn't get a fight. So my coach would be like, hey man, we got this guy. He fight at 165. What you want to do? You want to fight or you want to chill? Shit, I want to fight. Get in there, the motherfucker giant. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. So that's all I was saying.
Yeah, but that's yeah, you true. That's straight business right there, like you said. But to be honest, Taylor and them is one of them dudes. Like he's like this big ass dude that should 5'10", man. He's taller than Earl Spence. Oh not Earl Spence, but who's 5'8"? I'm thinking of. I can't.
Earl, he taller than
Crawford.
Earl too. He tall Earl 5'9.5".
Yeah, so I know he's taller than Earl. So I just don't know, man. But that I think that had no non-consequence. I think he underestimated Catterall. He thought he was going to run through him in front of his home crowd, and he had no answers. He looked at basic and got dealt with. You know,
Let
so
me catch up in the comments. If you say pro black boxing fans, pro black boxing fans be like, that's what Colbert get talking bad about Wilder. I seen that on Instagram. J1 Pro said, damn, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna go on.
He was talking bad about
somebody
Shakur
robbing Marlo's
Stevenson
house,
too.
man. Yeah, he was
No, that's
talking
not
bad
damn
about a bunch
wrong.
of people.
Talking about Shakur with 12 rounds with a bomb. Jamal having a bomb.
Yeah.
And I'm Mexican. I'm really a Mexican American. Shut your weird ass up. Fruit top head ass nigga.
It wasn't my black nigga.
Hey, I was finna say that's something King say.
That's right, man.
That's
That's
what
what
your
I'm
ass
saying.
get.
I like, yeah, that's right. Get dealt with
That's,
talking shit, get your ass whipped on the real. You know what I'm saying? For real.
that's what he get anyway though for talking shit. Period, man. Oh yeah, that remind me. I was finna say that. I saw Shakur Stevenson post on the Instagram. He ain't got no dog. He said if that was me, he said shit, I'm down, motherfucker. I ain't winning not one round. I'm gonna go out on my shield. I'm trying to go in there and get me a knockout or something. He said he ran. He was like he ran the whole time down, knowing he was down in the fight. He still ran. I like to see that's another fighter saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, his
I,
corner even tried to bullshit him and tell him, "Oh, he's ready to go for the knockout earlier in the fight. He just ain't got it in him, man.
No,
He was sprinting that last round just to survive, just to stay upright."
no. Garcia gave his ass something to think about when he came up in that motherfucker. Remember?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say too, we got to give him some props on what he was doing.
yeah.
That shit was confusing sometimes. He step in with the lead right hook to the head, go to the body with it, lead left hand. And the thing I liked is when Colbert, when he switched, Garcia would switch his tactics. Like Colbert, if he a southpaw, we'll see him working out the jab. Soon as Colbert go back orthodox, lead left hand on his ass to close the space. This guy was an Olympian. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? So even though the odds had him as a 30-1 underdog, it don't matter. That motherfucker is an Olympian, man, and he has some pretty decent skills off in there too. You know what I'm saying? So I think we got to give him some props on that shit that he was doing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. I
He
really
might
think
whoop a bunch of ass.
I really think it was credited more to Garcia in his skill set because he wasn't going no motherfucking way. He definitely was dishing out everything that every time what's his name was giving it to him. He better been ready to get something back. J1 Pro said it's just one fight. It's how you bounce back. Yeah, I like to see how you gonna bounce back after that.
Why?
See,
Like, I don't understand. Like,
That
yo,
makes
look,
some
here's the thing
motherfuckers
about it. Here's the thing about it
real
is,
quick though, real quick. Some motherfuckers get back in the gym after a loss and go hard and come back stronger. Like a motherfucker like Lubin is the one that can
yeah,
come
but
out.
Lubin, look, at least Lubin has some natural punching power, and that's the thing about it, man. Like, yo, I'm just saying, and Lubin, when he got, I mean, the way he got, I think it's easier to just get knocked out than go through 12 rounds and just get dominated like that. I'm like, how you, like, Trex, you said, how, even if you underestimate this dude, how are you underestimating Olympian? These dudes, this guy from the Dominican Republic, oh, you thinking, oh, he got 2 weeks notice, that's going to give you some advantage. That type of dude is ready, man. He knows that that's the only chance he got at the opportunity. So he's not like, how can you underestimate somebody like that? To me, that's just you being too arrogant and seeing yourself as being more than you are. And he got dealt with. And I don't see it. Look, it's like this. When I was hearing Trey's call a fight last night, I kept thinking like about Amir Ahman and when he got beat up, but he at least got stopped, and it was kind of like, okay, well, here we go. You don't know if he had dog in him because he didn't have a chance to. He got knocked out. But Colbert, man, he showed us it's like at no point in time did he later in the fight really attempt to win the fight. It's like I was telling him earlier before you got on, Trey, there was points in the fight where you were calling combination and pretty much chilling after that because he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah,
like that's sad.
Yeah, see, but my thing about it is, man, like it's been fighters that lose, like my boy Taylor just lost. I talk shit about D-Bit OG with Gabriel Flores and different fighters. This guy got his heart taken from him though. Like Garcia took his soul.
Like Kano.
You know what I'm saying? Like just straight up. Like I can't get behind that. Like if he was a pit bull, he'd have to get put down, bro. I'm serious. I can't keep feeding you this food and you occur. You know what I'm saying? Like you quit. Like he did a cardinal sin, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like from a fighter standpoint, bro, there's supposed to be no surrender. Even if you trying to, like, I ain't saying you just got to go gung ho and run through a brick wall. Make adjustments. Keep on making adjustments. I don't give a fuck if you got to make A, B, C, D all the way to Z. You keep trying something. This don't work. Okay, let me try this. Okay, this motherfucker doing this. Let me try this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't supposed to be a point where you just like, well, you know what, man? Fuck it. I just can't win. And as a matter of fact, I said it when I called the fight. I looked at him. I said, he looked like he don't feel like he can beat this guy. Those were my exact words. And bro, that's not supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? To where you in the ring with a man and you're in fear. Like you feel like you in danger right now. To where you got to stay away from this guy. This guy is the king of the fucking ring. You know what I'm saying? And then after the fight, he get to say shit about you. He get to say, oh, well, he ain't at this level. He needs to quit trying to be like Mayweather and all this kind of shit. No, I can't. He lost.
That was
me, bro.
what was most disappointing about it to me was that he didn't like once his little trying to be quick and trying to bully the guy didn't work. He didn't have nothing. Like he just didn't have nowhere to go. That was disappointing to me. It's like he like you can't think of nothing. Like you ain't got no skills you can pull out the bag. That was ugly to me.
It was no desire to preserve that. Oh, it's like you're an undefeated fighter. You didn't see like, damn, if I lose this fight, it wasn't ever there. He just was like, oh well.
Hey, but he had some other fights though that I actually saw this, and I complained about this. And my boy Smooth Teddy B, he came and he was like, "Damn, Trey, you hard on prospects." And I told him, I said, "Bro, I just don't like how he just went to such like I think it was against Claudio Marrero or somebody like that. It was somebody that was making him think. I want to say it was a southpaw that had some skills, and he was confusing in Colbert. So what Colbert did was just say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna walk him down and just try to beat him up."
Well, how you feel about when you fought King Tug?
But hold on, you made me forget what I was about to say.
My bad, bro.
I just didn't like the fact how he went to such a simple solution. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me give up on trying to set traps and all this kind of stuff. Fuck it, I'm just gonna get in the hot guard and just step to you and try to beat you up. And then the King Tug fight, I was kind of disappointed because he was a late replacement and all that kind of stuff. But I gave him a little pass because King Tug is an Olympic silver medalist. You know what I'm saying? He done been in the ring with Gary Russell Jr. and shit. So he done been in the ring with some nice looking shit before. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of gave him a little pass on that. But I still think what I saw in that Marrero fight, I think that's what I think that shit came back. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was calling the fight, I said he got two modes really that he like to be in. Either he gonna try to outbox you, put his speed on you, or just like in a pure way a little bit, or he gonna try to outfight you. And when he try to outfight you, that's when he gonna start standing in front of you in the high guard. He gonna post up against the ropes, try to fight off the ropes because he been seeing Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather doing that shit. I even said that when I'm calling the fight. This nigga think he Mayweather. He think he Roy Jones fighting off the ropes and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do, bro. And he got exposed tonight, man. And I could tell that Shakur was disappointed. And I know a lot of people was, man. This dude is 113-3 amateur coming out the United States, man. All kind of talent and shit. Ain't nobody ever denied that. Didn't nobody pick Garcia to win this fight? I don't think one person on Channel Ross picked that shit, except for James Dunn. I'm gonna give him some props because James Dunn came through and said, man, I got a feeling that he gonna get his ass whooped tonight. And he ended up being right, but he was the only person I saw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just picked against him on some hater shit, but I didn't expect that either for him to lose. You know what I mean? I told everybody I just don't like the dude. Like even we were talking about last, I'm like, man, I think I was on MZ. I'm like, I just don't like the dude. I'm gonna pick against him. Shit, I want to start putting some money on some of these underdogs, man, because these payouts is not, man. It's worth losing $100 to occasionally hit.
You gotta put some money behind that hate.
Yeah, but the thing is, what was it about the matchup that will make you want to pick Garcia before the fight? Like, what could you look at to be like, hey man, this is a good chance. This underdog about to fuck around and cover. I guess the number, huh? Since we got a guy that was an Olympian and he undefeated, he shouldn't be a 30-1 underdog. So I guess just purely based on the number, you supposed to bet on Garcia.
I know.
Well, I think it kind of if you think about recently, like that Valdez fight, another Olympian coming. These Olympian fighters, man, at any point in time can pull the upset, and I think we just underestimate that, and we just go by the favorite or whatever. But it's been happening. So yeah, I guess that would have been enough for you to say, hey, well, I don't know, man. Maybe this guy might be hungry. He might be the one to take it from him.
Yeah, but it's also levels though. It's one thing if a motherfucker get eliminated in the field of 32 or 16 or some shit, and another motherfucker win a gold medal. You know what I'm saying? Garcia was an Olympian, but he didn't medal, I don't think. So that's what would kind of cross my mind. Like, okay, he went, but he didn't win no medal. So I thought, maybe Colbert would be good enough to beat him because Colbert, he was supposed to be an Olympian. He just decided to turn pro because he needed money. And plus, he said he didn't want to deal with the politics in the Olympics and shit. And I guess he did have a little bit of credibility to what he said because the 2016 Olympics had controversy, I think. I think that's the one that had controversy. You know what I'm saying? So I thought he was on that level, but obviously I was wrong.
Hey, I'm going to catch up in the keep the comments involved. Day One Pro said, who Taylor going to fight at 47? It's a few people up there he can fight. Everybody's speaking to everybody. Eric R in the building. Salute, bro.
Salute.
Spirit of Justice in the building. Salute, bro. Spirit of Justice said he dedicated the fight to autism and fought like he had it.
Damn.
Yeah. Fuck that. Hey, Kel Brook was at the fight looking like he wanted to get some smoke. So, Kel Brook.
You know what? I ain't going to even let y'all do that to folks with autism, man. Just because a motherfucker got autism don't mean he don't have no heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to get your ass whooped, bro. It's another thing when you get your heart ripped out your chest.
Yeah.
A motherfucker with autism will whoop your ass, though.
Yeah. That's what he's saying. He's saying don't put that motherfucker Colbert in a heart autism category because he think people with autism got heart.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. Hypey say Colbert is on record calling multiple champions and top contenders bums. He found out he's not as good as he thought he was. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Adrian Broner moment almost. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember Adrian Broner was hitting the bag one day and he was talking about He can't be beaten, all this all kind of shit. And then boom, Marcos Madonna.
Yeah, he called Jamel Herring a bum. Jamel Herring was on his ass on Twitter.
Eric Garcia said, when I saw the weigh-in, he said I went back to watch the Garcia's last fight. Then I checked the odds and put my money on it. Oh, so you want some change then?
He was saying it that night.
Yeah, he wants some change. He wasn't playing. I can say the fight remind me of Lloyd Hennigan versus Donald Curry. He got his heart taken. He got his heart taken mentally. Made a self agreement to quit. I ain't going back out there. Big boy boxing in the building. Salute. He said, "What up, team? Hope everyone is well and looking after themselves down here on the corner." Most definitely. Bruce Goes in the building. Salute. He said, "Salute my brothers. Salute." MZ in the building. He said, "Oh shit." He said, "What's great?" Salute, bro. What's happening?
Salute.
Hyphy said, "Colbert is another failed new era Mayweather, like Haney, Broner, and others. He cannot use that defense properly. James Toney somewhere roasting his ass."
All right, let me say this too, man. Don't be surprised if y'all start seeing some of these ambidextrous fighters getting their ass whooped. Because if you steady switching, you ain't perfecting now one of them. Like even Terrence Crawford, he switched, but when he switched, he stayed in that stance for the most part. He don't go back and forth like Colbert and a lot of these guys do. They southpaw and orthodox. He don't do that shit. He'll fight him in orthodox for a little while, then he'll break that glass and he'll go to southpaw and he'll stay southpaw for the most part. He might switch again when he gets you hurt. He'll get you hurt and he'll go orthodox again. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't steady switching. These new guys are steady switching. Colbert, Jerron Ennis, the heavyweight. Even though I've been seeing him stay orthodox for the most part lately, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut him some slack. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the Mexicans, Navarrete, Figueroa, you know what I'm saying? Figueroa, I done seen that motherfucker change stances 3 times and throw 3 punches. That motherfucker be southpaw. He'll throw a left hand and all of a sudden he'll orthodox and he'll come back with the right hand. Now he'll southpaw again. He'll come back with the left hand. He'll orthodox fight again. I can't even keep up with that shit trying to call the fight. You know what I'm saying? But that's making these guys not perfect a certain stance. And at the same time, they squaring themselves up a lot and presenting a big target for body shots and shit. And that's what Colbert was doing a lot. That was one of the things that was fucking him up. He was getting in that high guard and shit and squaring himself up, presenting a big target, getting on ribs and shit toe up.
Yeah, they don't got time to get set, man. Taylor did a switch later in the fight too and went orthodox, and it was just like, I hate that you didn't call. That fight was early, so you didn't call the fight because I had to listen to goddamn them 2 beanhead niggas calling that fight, bro. But he switched it, and it was just like, are you just switching it to say that you can fight the other way because it's not effectively doing anything. It's just like you're just doing it squaring. You're just switching the switch with no real purpose. And then you're not even properly saying your mind, realizing you switching so that you can change the angle not only of your punches, but of your defense. So why are you switching in the middle of the round and switching right back, or switching just to walk a few steps and switching right back? Like it's a way. Terrence Crawford's the best at doing it. And like you said, he sticks to one style. And if he switches, it's for a reason, and he's computed that reason, and then he stays in that style for extended rounds.
Well, with Josh Taylor, I looked at it a little bit different because that was my first time ever seeing him switch. But it happened to come in the fight when he was getting his ass whooped. So I think he was just trying to try something, man. Sometimes you just got to do something, maybe your luck will change. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I've been southpaw. He whooping my ass all night. Fuck it, let me try something. See, but that's what I was saying that I like out of champion. That's what I like. That's what I was saying I want from Colbert. Okay, this ain't working. Let me try this. This ain't working. Let me try this. Nothing might not work. Everything might not work. But you still got that champion mindset that I ain't giving up. I'm not just gonna run. I'm gonna keep trying something. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Let me try orthodox. Let me try anything. You know what I'm saying? He still wasn't successful with it, but he tried something though. You know what I'm saying? And if Colbert had that mentality, I would feel differently about him. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't had that. He just said, fuck it, let me run.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding Taylor's fighting style, but why at some point he didn't just anchor up and press behind a jab or just use his link? Because I don't understand why he just stayed leaning forward and coming forward like that. I'm under the impression I've seen him fight differently from that. I don't know what that was all about.
I'm gonna tell you what it was all about right now. I'm gonna tell you what it was all about right now. It was nerves. When they first started fighting, bro, I promise to God, God can strike me right now if I'm lying. I felt like he was gonna get his behind whooped. Because when I saw him in the ring and I saw how small Catterall fights, I didn't realize that he was that short. He only 5'7.5" or something like that. I didn't even realize that. And Taylor had problems with shorter fighters. So when I first saw that dynamic, I was like, oh man, he might be in trouble tonight. You know what I'm saying? But it was the nerves, bro. This is his first time fighting in his country, undisputed champion and all that kind of shit. And the reason that I know that, bro, is because I put some nerves on myself one time. When I fought at this place, I told Marlo about it, Traders Village. The tournament that we had was shown on some kind of generic Mexican channel, you know what I'm saying? So I told all my people at school, hey man, y'all gotta check me out, man. Woo, 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 woo. And that's the time I told y'all, well, one of the times I had to move up and wait and fight somebody because I ain't had nobody in my weight class. But I got matched up against a guy that had 100 fights in Mexico, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm going to the ring, everybody think it's gonna be a funeral and shit. But the nerves was kind of on me though, because I knew I had everybody watching. This is the first time that I was gonna have my classmates and shit seeing me. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of made me freeze up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't fight my normal way that I normally fight. And I kind of felt that same energy in Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? The weight of the moment, he buckled under that pressure. I ain't making an excuse for him because I feel like if you're the undisputed champion, you got these type of aspirations. You asked for this. This is something that you wanted. You know what I'm saying? You were saying that you want a homecoming fight to Scotland as the undisputed champion and all that kind of shit. So you got to handle the pressure. But I feel like he didn't. And that's what made him fight in a way that we've never seen him fight before, bro. He normally does press in behind the jab. He don't box and move off the jab like he Earl Spence or Larry Holmes, but he will step to you and push you back with the jab at least and get you off balance. He also will kind of open up your stance with a jab too, hit your shoulder and make you present a bigger tone what you want to. I didn't see none of that, bro. He was just leaning forward, going to the guy methodically, just fighting in a way that I've never seen. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I think it was the nerves.
Hey, Virgil Hill,
So
man,
you didn't.
whoever you is, I ain't letting you in here, bro. I don't know you. I ain't never seen you. I see you showing your face, but this ain't for the people who ghost listening and ghost watch behind the scenes, man. This ain't for y'all. It's for the people who actually interact with us in the chat that we actually familiar with. And your name Virgil Hill and your face ain't familiar around here,
At least
So
he got the
Trey,
nerve to have a boxing name, you know what I'm saying? Virgil Hill.
man. Hey,
damn.
Get
and
Trey to the brighter side.
Yeah.
he was a Caucasian white guy drinking
Yeah.
on the Pepsi in the background.
Nah,
I ain't never seen him before, man. I ain't never. He looked
you
like
be
that guy
flashing
that
naked
came the
pictures
last
on him.
time.
But hold on, y'all. The shoulder scientist was just about to tell me that I had a messed up shoulder when I fought that Mexican. So
Now I was
everything
about
is all right.
to. Now I was asking if you thought that the way he fought against Catterall was similar to the way he fought against Prograis.
I felt like I don't feel like he fought the same way because he was more aggressive with the lead hand against Prograis, pushing him back and shit, pushing him off balance. I felt like that the Catterall presented some similar type of problems as Prograis, but I feel like the Josh Taylor that showed up against Prograis didn't show up in this fight.
Right. Yeah, I just felt like he was trying to use the side to push him back, just leaning all over, trying to go to the body a lot. It looked a lot like the I don't know if y'all saw it, but it looked a lot like Terry Harper versus Natasha Jonas. Terry Harper was kind of like the Josh Taylor, and Jonas was like the Prograis Catterall type of character. But yeah, just trying to push him back as the taller person, it just looked weird to me.
Hey, I
Yep.
gotta say this, man. We gotta show some love to Natasha Jonas because he was looking good as a motherfucker in that dress. She said, "Hey, throw my name in the hat with the pretty girl boxers in this modern day." You know what I'm saying? So I'm
And
going
she
here.
went up to 154 after coming from like 130 and won the title. So, shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to Natasha Jonas, man. I didn't think she won by stoppage too. I picked her by
Yeah,
decision.
she beat the
Yeah.
hell out that
Let
girl.
me jump up in the chat. Hey, J1 Pro said if Taylor can't get Bud, I wouldn't mind Ortiz, Boots. I'm probably in the minority. Shit, them ain't bad fights. He is an undisputed champion.
Well, I
Gotta give
think
him,
oh my bad, bro.
you gotta give him props if he go up there and fight anyone of them.
I was gonna say he probably be looking at them kind of guys because they all came up. You know what I'm saying? They always at 140 and they moved up. Ortiz, Boots. Them other guys, they ain't never been in no 140. Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Earl Spence, them dudes ain't fought in no 140. So they like naturally bigger men. So he probably be looking at somebody that moved up like he did.
J1 said, I'll be back. MZ laughing. Big Boy Boxer said, Hector Garcia sure as hell believes in himself. And good for him. Hell yeah. Shout out. We gave him his props. It was more focused on Colbert's mouth. You know what I'm saying? He wrote checks, his ass couldn't cash. He put himself in a place where he didn't belong. And he showed that night. Garcia had an answer for that. Spirit of Justice said Garcia with the amateur experience. Hell yeah. MZ say CC. Oh, Chris Colbert. CC can't seem to be on point all the time. They don't know what the fuck he doing in there, man. He need to get in the gym and dedicate it back to the sports instead of acting like he elite. MZ say, Colbert talk the talk, but can't walk the walk. That's what Garcia said Saturday night.
No, I was thinking too. You know, like a lot of the fighters, man, when they're young, they be having like that older mentor fighter. That's one thing I like about Crawford because Crawford provides that for several young fighters. You know what I'm saying? Who is that for Christopher Colbert? Because even when I look at the old school fighters, you know what I'm saying? Hell, Jack Johnson had Barbados Joe Walcott as his mentor coming up. You know what I'm saying? Joe Louis got Jack Blackburn. You know, he was his trainer, but still, you know, that's, you know, older veteran type mother. Not veteran. I know he was retired, but I'm just saying old school, they can guide you a little bit. Who is that for this motherfucker? Like Shakur Stevenson and all them guys got Crawford and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Spirit of Justice said, why he choose to stand in the corner and shell? I had no idea. Maybe that left hook put his ass in his place, huh? Big Boy Boxer said, amen. He said, amen. There's a big difference between being ambidextrous and trying to show off. MZ said, Terrence Crawford probably. TC Manning stayed left-handed mostly. Right X. I think he asked me.
Yeah, you saying he agree with me.
Oh, okay. Hyphy he said Andre Dad said he trains his son how to fight both stands equally. He said that way it comes naturally. It comes naturally. He can see most other switches don't train in both stances.
See, but the thing is, when he actually in real fights, he fights southpaw. I don't see him switching in real fights. So I got to think that that's bullshit. They not training equally 50-50. I would think that they training mainly in the stance that they employ in the ring. So it sounds good, but I don't believe that, man. I would say that they probably do dedicate some time to switching and all that kind of shit. But I think it's minimum because I can't even think of a fight that the man done switched. I ain't saying that he never has. I just ain't never seen it. And I done seen quite a few Andre fights. If y'all know what fight did Andre switch in the fight? Or fight from the opposite stance for a significant period of time.
Yeah, I ain't never seen it.
I don't even know. MZ said they think it looked good. He also said Taylor had short arms. Then he came back with pressure will bust the pipe. Yeah, also make diamonds though. Big Boy Boxer said be sure to hit that like button. Appreciate you, man. DB said all the lights. Y'all must have been saying something.
Oh no, you talking about when them lights came on Josh Taylor ass. Got him nervous.
Hyphy say Virgil Hill's a boxing name. Yeah, it is. But we don't know him though, man. He probably one of them dudes. I ain't saying he is, but he probably one of them dudes that been coming up here doing that weird stuff. D-Lo 404 salute, bro. Derek Bailey salute. What's good with it, fam? I see everybody talking to everybody. D-Lo said, I think Big Baby Miller is Colbert's big homie.
Big Baby Miller?
Yeah, I think they is.
Which one? Oh yeah. But what the fuck he gonna teach somebody? That motherfucker.
How to be an F up.
That's what I thought as soon as he said that. I'm like, damn, that's what?
Yeah, but they is homie though. Eric R said, "What about Boots? He switches."
He
Yeah,
ain't
but it's a
immune to
method
an
to
ass
this
whooping.
madness.
He ain't immune to an ass whooping either. I ain't gonna be surprised if he get an ass whooping, man. You know what I'm saying? But the reason I say that is because the switching is a modern phenomenon. The old schools, they coach against that. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I mean, my partner Debo had an injured right leg. He literally could not put his weight on the back leg in an orthodox stance. He wanted to fight southpaw because of his injury, and my coach wouldn't allow him. He had to go work with the Mexicans because they allowed him to switch southpaw. And my coach, he was trained in California. You know what I'm saying? That's where he got his style from. Who came out of California a lot? Black Murderers Row, man. It's a lot of history as far as having good skills in California. And when it comes to them old schools, they don't like the switching. So the modern day switching that we seeing, because it's very prevalent. Like if we sit here right now, we probably can list 12 fighters that switch. There ain't no data to say what's gonna happen with that. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no precedence for the shit. We don't know. We got to start seeing them fight on that top level, and then we'll know. You know what I'm saying? For right now, we got Crawford. We can say Marvin Hagler and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But the data is still limited. So I won't be surprised if some of these fighters, including Jerron Boots Ennis, let's say he get off in there with a Radzai Butayev, a motherfucker that was 392 and 8 as an amateur. He might get his ass whooped. But I guess I gotta say the same thing applies to him though, because Butayev, he also switches. That's how prevalent this shit is. Even the Eastern Europeans switching back and forth in the fight. So yeah, we gotta see where it's gonna go.
Hey, but speaking of,
shout out to Rough House. What you say?
No, go ahead. Read Rough House comment, man.
Shout out to Rough House Boxing TV. He said, "Salute to the corner all the way from Kuwait." He said, "Y'all boys are international with it." He said, "Keep doing it." Oh yeah, that cat Colbert is suspect number one. Prime time look like prime ribs to Garcia. Laughing at the tail.
Yeah, salute.
Bro. Be careful out there in your travels. Rough House in the building. Well, go ahead. What you just gonna say before I catch up?
Hey, so and speaking of that, Trace, because I was thinking about this the other night because I started heard people use this terminology a lot when they're describing a guy that's winning a fight, whooping somebody's ass. Talking about, well, he's just a basic fighter, and he just been like, has the term basic become like the way you describe somebody who's fundamentally sound now? Because I hear that a lot when dudes are losing. They're like, oh, he's losing, but the guy was just a basic fighter. And I'm looking at the guy that call him basic, and I'm like, oh, well, you mean he keeps his hands up, he bends at the waist, he throws a jab, 1-2 combination. I mean, these guys that are showing off these fancies, oh, I'm switching stances and I'm doing all this funny stuff. And like you said, they're not really mastering anything. A fundamentally sound fighter is going to give them problems.
Oh, to piggyback off what you're saying, like to me, that's what Joe Smith is. Joe Smith is just a guy that got some pretty good fundamentals. Like when he throw his right hand, he hide his chin behind his shoulder. Just basic fundamentals, you know what I'm saying? Keep his hands up and stuff like that. And he's able to be a champion in this modern day because a lot of people don't fight with the fundamentals, man. Like as a matter of fact, when Navarrete lost his one fight, he lost to a guy with some good fundamentals. It was only a 4-round fight, but he still lost. You know what I'm saying? He lost to a guy that keep his hands up good, little bit of head movement, little bit of angle, little jab, fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you in a climate where a lot of people ain't working out the fundamentals and you come with it, even though you ain't got the most talent, Joe Smith, even though he got some pretty good power and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You can make some noise with the fundamentals.
Yeah, let me hurry up and catch up a little bit. D-Lo said, that's my point. That's the same issue. D-Lo also said, I think Trey X see the same flaws I see in Boots that I see. He said, I don't speak on it much, and I'm hoping his team sees the issue. D-Ben said, I like Boots, but he do get hit a lot. Head and air sometimes. What you mean? Oh, head in the air sometimes. Okay. Derek Beatty said, wouldn't they convert a fighter back in the day if they were a natural southpaw and make them orthodox?
Absolutely, so they can get fights. Everybody know the southpaws get avoided. So you take the southpaw, convert them to orthodox so he can get some fights. Thank Miguel Cotto, thank Andre Ward, thank Oscar De La Hoya.
D-Lo say, but Batiev, who everyone keeps overlooking, like Santonis, shit jumped on. It's just guaranteed to win. I got Batiev wide. MV say true. Robert Guerrero, salute fam, what's good?
Salute.
D-Lo say sometimes basic, yeah, shit. Uh, Here we go. Sometimes basic, foundational, fundamental gets the job done. Like slow and steady wins the race.
Absolutely.
Big boy boxer said Chris Colbert comes across to me as one of these guys that crosses the line between confidence and arrogance, which make him very hard to train since he think he knows it all. That could be the problem. His mouth, that's what his mouth say. D'Lo 404 said the only problem with Joe Smith Jr. is that he is subject to revert back to being a club fighter under certain situations. But I'm a fan. I can say I'll compare these new era fake Mayweathers to an old school. He said it'll look good, but he said but Chrome won't let you home. And everybody talking to everybody. I'm caught up. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, D-Lo, the thing about it is you got to, yeah, you're right about that particular part, but it has to be one more step with that fundamentals. You got to have the intangibles. You got to have discipline. So that's the biggest thing. Like I said, a disciplined fundamental fire is going to give somebody problems all day.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of talent and shit to go with it too, you know what I'm saying? But if you got a lot of people that's talented, but they ain't working hard and they getting away from the fundamentals, everybody think they Roy Jones or some shit, for example, and you come up in that bitch with your fundamentals down, shit, you might have some action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that I hate when everybody wants to try to emulate the Mayweather or the Roy Jones. Like these dudes was like came in shape. I don't remember ever seeing. I don't remember even talking about weight when Roy Jones was coming to a fight. Like I rewatched the one of the videos that I think I forgot but it was talking about James Toney coming up and showing how he came up and everything, and there was points where he was battling with his weight, but we never had those conversations about Mayweather. We never had them conversations about Roy Jones. Dudes that's doing those are the basics. Period. Like you should be disciplined. You should train. And everybody's talking about what they're trying to emulate, but they're not even doing the simple part. Like they missing all the stuff that led up to that. It's like they just thought he just showed up one day and he was fighting for millions of dollars. Like, dude, no, he was in the gym taking fights for 10 grand a piece just to fight every month. So I mean, these guys want to do the flashy part, but they don't want to do the other work, and that's why they keep getting exposed over and over again.
And I think it's like, man, when Jeezy came in rap, he kept saying, I'm not a rapper. I'm a hustler, and rap is my hustle or whatever. That's what it seemed like cats doing with boxing now, man. It's like they don't really got no passion for it. It's like they hustle. They using this shit to catapult and, start some little businesses on the side. I mean, shout out to Al Heyman making thousandaires out of these cats, but some of them seem like they just ain't got the passion to me.
Yeah, these are chicken and waffle managers becoming boxers for a while and then opening their own franchises and shit.
Right. I
Pecos
want to
Bill,
get
what's
into
up
real
with it?
estate and shit.
Man, what's up, man? I'm enjoying the conversation, Trey. You made some good points on Chris Colbert. I know that's your guy. But that fight, from what I saw, seeing him getting beat up like he did, the thing that really disappointed me about him is that he started running. He got on his bike and he wouldn't engage. That really bothered me because I'm like, where's your heart at? Can he come back? I don't know, because that right there, that running in the ring really got, it makes it hard for me to look at him and take him serious as a fighter. I don't, he really got to go through something else for me to believe that he's going to be back in the running for anything. Now, I could be wrong totally, but just from seeing what he showed in that fight, when that boy hit him and knocked him down, that scared him, and I think those body blows started hurting him. He just didn't want no more. And they say that square circle is a truth finder. It tells everything about you once you get in there and you go through all kind of adversities, and it show you what kind of fighter you really are. And he ain't that dude that he think he is. And I don't know if we're gonna see him at the high level anymore, not like we would suspect. I could be wrong.
That was my number one problem, bro. You quit. Like when the going get tough, the tough get going is what I used to hear when I was growing up. You don't run. Even though he didn't physically like literally quit the fight, he still mentally quit the fight, man. His heart got taken from him. His soul got taken from him. I don't know if Garcia gonna give it back to him. He might decide to just keep his shit. You know what I'm saying? That man might be moving forward without a soul. I can't get behind that, bro. I'm off the bandwagon. I'm done. I'm good. I'm Gucci. He could have went out there and got knocked out in the first round. Look at the way I talk about Lubin. Look at the way we all talk about Lubin. Lubin got knocked the fuck out, but we ain't never accused him of not having heart. Matter of fact, we praise him for keeping the same talk that he had and putting himself back in position. We praise him. This man went out there and quit. What's the difference between this and no mas? He just didn't say the words. He just didn't say the words, bro, but his actions said no mas. And I thought actions mean more than words. So shit, nigga, no mas. He speaks Spanish, don't he?
Yeah.
Shit, no mas.
Josh Taylor kind of disappointed me too, bro. You know, I don't know. He could have been drained, and I'm not making excuses for him because you know his mouth be writing some big ass checks too. And that dude went out there and was getting with Josh, man. He put hands on Josh. In my opinion, Josh showed he had heart and didn't just lay it down. But I think old boy did enough to take the belt from him. Really, but he kept the belt, and I'm gonna spit it out right now and say, at 147 pounds, if he show up with that kind of showing that he did, they're gonna destroy him.
Yeah, I don't expect that though. I think styles make fights, but for me, Catterall should be mad at his own goddamn self. I know he should be mad at the judges, but bro, you survived coming down the stretch. You doing a bunch of holding, a bunch of grappling. The referee even took a point from him for excessive holding. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
he definitely should be mad at his own self too, bro. That point that he got taken for holding didn't help him. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like he probably should have won. I haven't went back and watched the fight again. I do need to go back and check it out again. I do feel like Josh Taylor lost the fight, but I know that Catterall did not behave like a champion. They call it the championship rounds for a reason, don't they? And like
exactly.
I said, what did Usyk do in the championship rounds? Usyk acted like a champion.
And put your hands on that boy.
This dude expected to survive and then rely on the judges to give him to do the right thing, I guess. Bro, I don't believe in that. I believe in going in there and putting let's leaving it all in the ring. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't do that shit.
Yeah, I never understood fighting a certain way a whole fight and then getting to the last few rounds and just abandoning the fight plan. This is stupid. He just looked like he was trying to, like you said, he was trying to slop his way to the end of the fight, and it was sad.
Yeah, let me see what they're talking about in the chat a little bit. Well, man, D-Lo said boxing is a hustle for many of these guys, in his opinion. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Even Chris Colbert was saying that shit. Like, this is just something that he want to do for success and shit, not necessarily something that he love. And that's why he want to get out of boxing when he's 30, no later than 32. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even lie. That's one reason why I never was just the biggest Gary Russell fan, because he said that he don't love boxing. He said that shit a long time ago. He said he don't watch boxing. He said he don't love boxing. And that always stayed with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just me, man. You can't tell me that you don't like this shit, man. To me, you gotta have some kind of love for it. Even though Gary Russell do got some heart, man. He ain't go out like no Christopher Colbert, you know what I'm saying? DB said he agree with somebody. The Kane in the chat talking about heard a lot of interference. Okay, Hyphy said Colbert said he didn't feel like himself that night, but he and his partner were just in the locker room dancing. He is a quitter. Yeah, I ain't gonna take that off the table, bro. I ain't making no excuses. He talking about he wasn't feeling it. It looked like he was feeling it on the ring entrance. When the rapper, he came out with the rapper and shit, and they standing there looking at each other, rapping the verse and all that old kind of shit. You were feeling it then. Square business. D-Lo said Colbert asked to hurry up and get back in the ring to try and put some space between himself and his last performance. He do, man, but it's gonna take something major. Like when Roberto Duran, he lost all the respect of the people from Panama when he did that no mind shit. It wasn't until he went to 154 and won the championship from what's that motherfucker name that he beat? I see him in my mind. Damn, I can't.
Pretty boy.
No, the dude at 154 that Roberto Duran beat, man. But after he won this title from this dude at 154, that's when he got the respect back. So it's gonna take something on that level for Christopher Colbert. It can't just be no regular win. It can't be Danny Garcia go out there and knock out Rod Salk and we all forget about what happened.
Hey, you talking about
Barkley? More.
Huh?
Barkley or Moore?
No.
I ran Barkley.
Davey Moore. Yeah, there we go.
Davey Moore.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Davey Moore. Appreciate that shit. But that's when Duran got back into the favor of his fans. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, he winning before he come home to a parade. After that no mind shit, he said he didn't even want to go outside over there and beat Davey Moore. He come back, shit. We got parades again. Shit, happy days are here again. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Colbert gonna have to do, man. He's gonna have to go out there and show some heart. And I guess since I look at that situation right there, I guess I'm gonna soften my stance a little bit because Duran did show a lack of heart against Sugar Ray Leonard in that rematch, but he came back and showed all kind of heart in a career. That's one of the greatest of all time, and he had a curb moment. So I guess one curb moment doesn't keep you from having success for the rest of your career. I'm gonna give him a chance. He had a curb moment, but let's see what he do going forward.
Let me just interject real quick. Because Duran, he quit with the no mas, but he had a reason for quitting. Not making it a reason for quitting, but he just couldn't catch Ray. Ray was putting hands all over him.
That's even worse.
Right.
You gonna quit, you ain't even hurt.
Right. Now Colbert, I think old boy was hurting Colbert when he was hitting him, man. I really think that dude punching power made Colbert give up. When Colbert realized that he couldn't muscle him and he was trying to hit him with what you hit him with, once he realized that SA wasn't going nowhere, that was kind of racist, huh? My bad. Once he learned
SA
wasn't going nowhere, he was like, oh shit, I'm in a real fight. And I really ain't got that. I'm really not prime time. That's what that night when he had that chicken on his back, that's what he represented. Colbert's chicken.
That's the same term that they use for Duran. And who calling his ass a chicken too. Both of them quit. I understand what you're saying because you feel like one got the fight beat out of him and the other one got frustrated into quitting. But quitting is quitting.
Yeah, they both got the fight beat out of them though.
The people that bet on both of them, they lost just the same and they were just as mad. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I made the comparison. Let's see what I'm gonna see what he's gonna do going forward, man. I'm still disappointed, but I ain't gonna just close the case all the way and just say, "Oh man, this a bitch ass nigga ain't." You know what I'm saying?
No.
Closing the door, putting a lock on that motherfucker.
Thank you.
Man, I'm peeking out the peephole.
But if y'all would have did that with Duran, you would have been wrong.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really was never a Duran fan. I always wanted him to lose to somebody. He made me sick every time he won. And I was just a young hater back then. I just couldn't give him. Now I can understand and I can feel, and see that he was a great champion. But as a youngster, I ain't like him.
I understand that, but Duran is like a top 20 fighter of all time. That ain't easy in the long history of this sport.
Yeah, that's why I say, when I grew up, I realized, I had to let the hate go. That was on my back real strong when I was a youngster. I look at certain fighters and be like, hell no.
Yeah. Let me see what they're talking about in the chat real quick. Hold on. D-Lo said that is the embodiment of quitting without quitting. Then he said Garcia should push for Gutierrez. Yeah, that's what folks were saying that they were fighting for, I think that's what one time said. D-Lo said Lubin got KO'd and won and was right back online talking big dog shit to both Charlos calling for a run back and almost worked his way back to a title shot. That's why we give him so much credit. Robert Guerrero said that opening fight on the PBC card was straight fire. Oh yeah, the Ancajas and Martinez fight. I was in the chat and shit, so I ain't watch it up close. D-Lo said, I wondered watching it live if all that electric slide and all was Colbert trying to work out of some nervous energy. Might have been, man. I can't say that I was paying attention. I can't really have an opinion on it. L-Dub in the building. That's one time. Salute to you. I see y'all down there with the Davey Moore. Eric R said, once you learn how to quit, it get easy every time. I mean, that's the way I feel about the shit, man. But, you know, since I'm sitting up here thinking about Roberto Duran, I'm going to give a motherfucker one more chance to build Duran. You know what I'm saying? But if he showed me anything that's similar to that in the future, you know what? I might shouldn't even give him that, because the reason I say that is because I saw this shit coming. Because I was complaining about it before. Not the quitting part, but the sitting against the ropes in the high guard and shit. To me, you conceding something. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people might do that to kind of rope a dope you and make you use your energy, make you get kind of tired, so then they can come back with something. But when he do this shit, it don't look like that. You know what I'm saying? It look like he conceding to his opponent, man. And he did that shit before. Like, he do that shit pretty frequently, like when he'll get against the ropes or he'll post up in the corner, get in the hot guard and just let you beat on him and shit. I just seen him do that in sparring too. They got videos on YouTube where he doing the shit in sparring. So just thinking about that, man, I might not give him another chance, man. I don't like fighters that post up in the hot guard. I got mad at Mayweather when he was doing that shit against Pacquiao. He get against the ropes and just get in the hot guard, and Pacquiao get off a little flurry or something. What the fuck is you doing? What's going on today? You smoking them tweeds, pants hanging half off your ass? What's going on today, Floyd? Same thing with this motherfucker here. D-Bit OG said Colbert got that combo put on his ass and it changed the game. Hey, that's another thing too. The punch that dropped him was a counter left hand. He took a half a step back. I think Colbert threw the lead right hand, and Garcia took a half a step back and came with that left hand right on the chin. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty. And that's one reason why I say we got to give him props on what he brought to the table. It ain't just about what Colbert did. This guy actually has some decent skills. And one time came here and told us, hey, this motherfucker is an Olympian. And he was an Olympian. He showed why. You know what I'm saying? That was a nice counter left hand. Yeah, that was one of the prettiest counter shots that I've seen all year. I don't know how many fights I done called so far in this young year, but that was one of the prettiest shots I've seen. D-Lo said it took years too. Duran earned it back and some. Goddamn, yeah. We talking about Davey Moore. He still fought against Hagler. I know he lost the fight, you know what I'm saying, but he went the distance against Hagler. He fought the motherfucker. What's the ugly ass dude that got pieced up by James Toney? Barkley. I think he whooped Barkley, didn't he? I might be tripping. I think Duran whooped Barkley, dude. Dog. Didn't Roberto Duran whoop Iran Barkley? I think he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I thought he did. Hyphy said what made Duran special is he redeemed himself many times, for most fighters can't redeem themselves. Yeah. D-Lo said some folks claim Duran had the shit, but I don't buy that excuse. Okay, Robert Guerrero said Roberto Duran fought all the way until 2001. Goddamn. Yeah, he probably fought for what? Four decades or some shit. Hyphy, okay, talking to MZ. I guess I'll read unless MZ done responded already. Bush God, salute to you. So you can tell Colbert never been hit that hard before. He was shook. But we got to see his next tough fight to see if he's shell shot. Yeah, that's another thing, man. Because when I was calling the fight, I kept on talking about it seemed like the guy Garcia had some rocks in his gloves. And when I say that, like Manos de Piedra, since we sitting up here talking about Duran, because like when he throw his punches, it wasn't really the power that was standing out. It just was the effect of the punches on Colbert. And to me, it looked like whatever he was getting hit with, the shit hurt. Not necessarily concussive power, but like a motherfucker just hit you with a hard object. Like I told y'all, man, motherfucker Mexican, old school Mexican, man, he was like in his 40s. That motherfucker hit me the hardest I ever been hit. And it ain't even the power, it's just that his hands were so hard. It felt like I was getting hit with rocks and shit. I'm feeling this through my headgear. I told y'all, nigga, I literally thought about running. that shit hurt so bad when that motherfucker hit me. But I don't always finish the story either. I beat the shit out that dude after I felt that power. I dropped him like 3 times in sparring, like on some real shit. Had him on the ground flopping like a fish trying to play it off. I hit him with a check hook and he fell on the ground, started doing the worm and shit.
What's that about back to 2 on his head?
No, I didn't hit him with a check hook. I did a little step back check hook, and the motherfucker fell and started doing the worm.
Man,
the worm. In the building.
Lala D, what's up with it? The queen. Hot Mike in the building. What's up with it? Said I'm on the block. G dog, what's up? What's going down? I see Lala D gave him some frog. D-Lo said Gutierrez was the original opponent, but had to pull out. It's only fitting that Garcia gets that title bout versus Gutierrez since he picked up Colbert's little junior baby belt. That's what I thought they was fighting for. That's what I thought one time had said it was like a title eliminator or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I might be tripping though. D-Lo said, I think Duran beat Barkley at middleweight. I thought he beat the motherfucker at 168 or some shit. But yeah, you probably right, man. You probably know that shit better than me. You know what I'm saying? Hyphy said Duran beat Barkley after Barkley knocked out Hearns. That's what was in my mind too, bro. I swear I was thinking it was Barkley coming off of something major.
Yeah, that's when he won the WBC titles when he knocked out Hearns.
Yeah, he said that Barkley win over Hearns is another great win for Duran as he was expected to get smoked. You know what I'm saying? So that's another example of him redeeming himself and being an all-time great fighter. Going, what weight class did he start at, man? Was he a featherweight or some shit? I can't even remember, man. I see some of the people that he fought in my mind, but the names, the Spanish names, be kind of fucking me up. Lala D said I'm gonna replay when y'all were clowning prime time. Okay, Derek Bay said, did you talking to Lala D? We'll scroll down. D-Lo said Colbert knew going in that dude had power, and despite saying he was unconcerned about it, he was clearly leery of it. He might not have been leery of it. He might not have been leery of it until he felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy like him that lay against the ropes and let people punch on him, I don't think he's afraid to get hit. That's not his problem. You know what I'm saying? If you're afraid to get hit, you don't lay on the ropes and let people beat on you. He just didn't think that shit was gonna feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Some people just got them, like King said last time, some people just got heavy hands. Like it's a such thing as that shit, man. Motherfucker hit you, that shit it don't even seem like he hit you that hard, but it feel like your skull got a crack in it or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, that's what Sugar Ray Leonard said about Duran. He said every time he hit me, it just felt like rocks. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it'd be like that sometime, man. Lala D already said that Garcia, a hard-faced looking motherfucker. She said it looked like his last name should be Escobar or some shit. He should play like a Latin villain in a movie, a kingpin in a movie or something. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You see his head look like Ray Beltran head, like a real hard-looking head. You know what I'm saying? It might have hurt Colbert when he hit him. Lala D, okay. She talking to Hyphy. Derek Bailey said he started at lightweight. D-Lo said bantamweight. He was bantamweight, 118. I ain't gonna doubt it too much though. I know that motherfucker traveled a long way when it comes to this boxing. You know what I'm saying? Square business. Beat some real good fighters, man. Ken Buchanan. Didn't he beat the Ismael Laguna or something like that? It's another one. His name starts with an E. I can't think of what his name is. I might be tripping though. Some of them. D-Lo said, I meant after feeling it, he was leery, not before he got touched. I got you. Yeah. Hey, that's why what Mike Tyson say. Everybody got a plan till they get punched in the mouth. That can change your whole perception of the fight. And that's one thing I'm worried about with Josh Taylor. Because Josh Taylor is a bully. And he just got punched in the mouth. A lot of the time when you punch a bully, like you stand up to a bully, they don't be the same no more. You know, so we're going to see about that motherfucker too. Eric R said Colbert probably watched the clip of Garcia get knocked down and thought, I got this. Yeah, he said he didn't really watch much on the guy. He said he did look at his box rec and he knew that he was a southpaw. So that was pretty much the extent of his research into the fighter, if you believe what he said anyway. Because he said he didn't really look the guy up too much except for box reg. Hot Mike said, "Damn, my dog, I can't get a ratchet. All these times I've been here, more so like a wrench too. Yeah, throw Hot Mike a wrench, man. He had been here coming through for a while. Yeah, go ahead and throw that motherfucker a wrench. Hey, don't think you done came in here just strong going us out of wrenches or
Yeah,
something,
look at
my
you. You
brother.
gonna let this fool just take your bicycle? Damn, Trey.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, but he has been coming through fucking with, so I'm gonna go ahead and let him roll with that. But yeah, you ain't came through and strong going Nathaniel, my brother. D-Lo said, yep, my granddad and my cousin, RIP, were heavy-handed. Couldn't play with them anyway. Hey, man, it was a dope fiend in our town that was like a celebrity. His name was Iron Jaw. And the way he got his name is that he would pick up metal chairs with his mouth with a towel. Like he'll wrap the towel on the chair, and then he will pick the chair up with his teeth, with his mouth. And he can also climb to the top of a phone pole. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, give him $20 to climb to the top of the phone pole. And he can just go and grab that bitch and climb to the top, nigga, like shimmy up to the top of that bitch. He was strong as fuck. And like let's say he tap you on your shoulder to get your attention. That shit'll really get your attention. You be like, God damn, my nigga, you ain't gotta be, you know what I'm saying?
Strong,
Like, bro,
yeah.
yeah, you ain't gotta be hitting my shit like that, my nigga. This nigga had the hardest callous hands that you ever seen in your life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, motherfucker be heavy-handed, man. Shout out to Iron Jaw, man. D-Lo, okay, I read that. La D said, I know one damn thing. Colbert should have listened to Shakur, right? I don't even know what Shakur said. One of y'all back there crushing up a bottle or something, man. If y'all gonna be making noise, I need y'all to go on mute.
That's MZ Kim folks.
Yeah.
My bad. I thought I had hit the button.
D-Lo said Taylor has been in a lot of two-way traffic, so I think he will be all right. He has been in some two-way traffic. I want to see what he gonna do moving forward, man. I'm glad he didn't go out like no ho. He did get a gift, you know what I'm saying. But what I seen from him, I feel like he can come back because I have seen him look a lot better than that. The normal shit that I seen him do, he wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't see the same type of feints. I ain't see him changing the angle. I ain't see him resetting. I ain't see him the same body work I normally see. I ain't see none of that. And plus, he was coming off a layoff too. So let me see what he looking like when he fresh. You know what I'm saying? Well, sharp, I mean. Not fresh, but sharp. Lala D said Shakur warned him of his wide punches. Colbert didn't listen. Nah, that wasn't a wide punch issue. That wasn't a problem in this fight. Bud Crawford versus Ndongo, that was a wide punch fight. That's what it was. As a matter of fact, after the fight, Terrence Crawford went to the locker room and told him, the reason that I stopped you is because you throw your punches too wide. That's why I be taking credit from him a lot of the time too. Like a motherfucker, man. I'm supposed to have respect for you as a fighter, and you punching with your shots too wide, some old amateur sound and shit. But no, I didn't think that was a problem with Colbert, man. The problem was the incoming, not the outcoming. You know what I'm saying? Because if the incoming wasn't like it was, the outcoming would have been better. You know what I'm saying? Colbert can throw straight punches, he throw looping shots, he throw short shots, wide shots. He got an assortment of punches, you know what I'm saying? But it was the defense this time. It was the incoming, lead left hand. When he orthodox, when he southpaw, the motherfucker stepping in with hard jabs, going to the body with the hook and shit. Sometimes he'll step in with the lead right hook from the southpaw stance to the head. Sometimes he step in with it to the body. And then Colbert helping him too. He retreating to the ropes, laying against the ropes in the high guard. So you got a dude that got a pretty good assortment of punches, and you gonna let him just find openings at his leisure while you just post up on the ropes. Oh, here go an opening bow. Here go an opening bow. Okay, there ain't no opening. Let me create an opening. 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Hey, the shot that knocked him down, he stepped in. Colbert threw a right hand to the body that was straight, but he didn't defend. He just let the dude throw a left hand right over the top while his hand was down there. I mean, there was nothing to do about straight hooks or nothing like that. He just defensively wasn't sound at places and got caught.
Yeah. Bush guy said Taylor will get knocked out by Crawford. I mean, it was people already saying that before the fight. So people be coming back with this shit like it's breaking news. Oh, yo, guess what? Crawford to beat Taylor. Like people was already saying that shit. Folks was already saying that Taylor would get destroyed and all that kind of shit. So I don't even see what changed. Like we just saw this man coming off a layoff, and he looked at his worst, and now we come to the conclusion that he will lose to Crawford. Like people was already saying that shit. That ain't nothing new. Hyphy said, I think Marlo went outside and realized Jimmy from South Central done stole his radio. Jimmy from South Central. I don't even remember that part on South Central. Oh, you talking about the old boy's son that stole his radio?
Yeah, it was the son that was doing that.
Thanks,
radio.
Ray.
Cool, Ray.
No, Bobby Johnson. No, I'm here. I was just waiting to catch up in the chat to ask about Antoine Russell.
Hey man, they fucked me out my 5 points too, man. If that referee wouldn't have stopped that fight, I would have been in third place this week on the Champ Ross. Man, I got fucked out my glory. For real, man. They stopped that fight too early, man.
Man, Postal was getting murdered. No, I'm just playing. You right.
he was getting beat up at that point, but he was fighting back a little bit. He was trying to hold. You know what I'm saying? It was
the slowest stoppage in the world. It was like the ref kind of like, oh, okay, and Postal looking like, oh, the fight's over. It's like, come on, man. If you're gonna stop it, jump in there and be dramatic about it. He just casually waved it off. This is like, all right.
D'Lo said, I like most that he did try to finish strong. Pecos Bill said Taylor did not get Colbert did. Yeah. Eric Ross said, damn, when you said iron draw, I thought you were going to say he used to let people steal off. Oh, no.
That's what I was thinking, too, when you said that. Like, what, he was catching them with blows and he was just walking up and shaking it off?
Hey, he probably could, man. I'm telling you, that motherfucker pick up heavy-ass metal chairs with his bite strength. You know what I'm saying? Iron Jaw was a beast, man. You better not let him slap you or something. Then your ass probably be waking up next week. La D said, yeah, Bud was already gonna destroy the motherfucker, Josh Taylor. Hey man, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but man, hey, salute to Josh Taylor, because that motherfucker done served y'all all kind of crow in this bitch. He done held me down for some years. I never said he was gonna be undefeated. So yeah, if he go out there and get his ass whooped by Crawford, so what? That is not gonna erase the crow that I done came in here and served y'all motherfuckers. And the fighters that y'all like, whoever it is that you like, this motherfucker has really been in his own lane. Because
people don't realize that changes the dynamic when them at home fights are always like that. Dudes struggle, man. And then you got a game fighter. It ain't like he could have did the old school and brought some 24-10 dude and beat him up. This dude is a mandatory challenger that's been sitting waiting for his shot. So it's not like, he wanted to impress his crowd. He did a little too much. He caught a little bit of an ass whooping from him. Now we're going to be just like acting like he's a bum. I mean, that's stupid. Like, it's not breaking news that the guy saying that think Terrence Crawford is one of the top fighters in boxing. It's not breaking news. He might beat another fighter. Like, okay.
Tell him, champ.
I mean, the motherfucker been fighting good fighters, man. He put himself in position to fight good fighters. He fought 6 undefeated fighters in a row. You know what I'm saying? And those fighters, most of them were pretty good. You know, like Ramirez, Prograis, Baranchis, he was undefeated at the time. A few more fighters, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I ain't gonna just act like he just some kind of hoe now or something. I mean, I understand everybody feel good that they got their chance to talk shit to me because I come in here with the Taylor gang and I've been serving crow with him too now. Let's not act like he didn't win undisputed in this hoe. It's a lot of fighters that y'all would love to see win undisputed. And some of them won't even put themselves in position to be undisputed. This motherfucker did. He ain't duck no smoke. And D-Lo, hold on, go on mute real quick, MZ. It's all kind of static coming, bro.
MZ, what is you over there?
But look, D-Lo did a video. I didn't get a chance to respond on your video because I was driving. But he said that he felt like a champion is not a champion until he defends the belt. Did Crawford defend his undisputed belt? No, he didn't. This dude here, he attempted to. He got his ass whooped, but he attempted to defend his shit. Crawford didn't even defend it. So if you listen to what D-Lo said, the motherfucker really ain't even a real champion because he never defended his belt. If y'all want to get technical, and I'm just using what my man said against him. That's what D-Lo said. You are not a real champion until you defend that shit. This motherfucker tried to do that. So not only do he put himself in position to fight the best, he don't duck no smoke. He actually tried to defend the shit. And so far, he the only one that done tried to do that.
Tried. Failed.
No, he did defend. Regardless of how we feel, and all these, this and that, Catterall could have made it a very easy night, and we won't be talking about. But at the end of the day, when it goes down the books, he lost. He defended the title. He'll go on to bigger things after that. So it is what it is. It's a lot to come off. Let's not underestimate. He had a knee injury during this camp. He had COVID during this camp. This shit was rough, and he could have easily just ducked out of this shit. He easily could have just vacated them belts.
Hey, wait, I'm shoulder side. Wait, I supposed to had a joint excuses, man. You talking about knees and stuff? Come on, man.
I'm just saying, like, yo, he could have found 100 reasons to get out of this fight, and he didn't. Now he got his ass whooped as a result, but at least he went in there and got his ass whooped.
Yeah, he wanted to have his little homecoming fight and got beat up at home. But
I'm just saying that I feel like he can't have that kind of showing. Not against the 147 pounders, but like Trey said, he don't think he's gonna come back like that because he didn't give up. He didn't quit. That other dude that y'all was talking about with the colorful hair, I don't really want to say his name. He quit. Y'all know the little dude I'm talking about.
I didn't even hear you, OG. Colbert? My bad.
Wait, what?
I didn't hear what you said, bro.
I'm just saying.
Said rain is a better word.
Who?
No, D-Lo, I think he was referring to Trey X when he said rain instead of defending. I mean rain.
Hold on. Lala D. See, this one thing that y'all got to remember about Lala D. She likes to come in and say shit that's not true. Like for the longest, she would say that we was picking against Crawford, and I ain't picked against the man since he fought against Gamboa. I always pick this motherfucker to win. So look, Lala D said, well, if you want to get technical, you claim Bud had no real competition, so it was okay for Bud to move up. Y'all are not gonna shit on Bud. And we also mentioned the fighter that was coming up the pipeline. And Marlo would say that Prograis wanted to fight him. We had Josh Taylor coming up the pipeline. We had Ramirez coming up the pipeline. So his carry competition was weak, but he did have some competition that was coming of age that he could have fought. So now, what you just said ain't true. Once again, say some true shit from it every now and then when you come with a rebuttal. Don't just say lies every time. Goddamn, that shit should get old.
Yeah, tell her get on the panel, man. She like, come on, Lala, go ahead and say that stuff so y'all can have a discussion.
Chris Ray in the building. Blessings, man. Salute.
Let me look in the chat. D-Lo, hold on, let me scroll back up a little bit. D-Lo said, if is a motherfucker. D-Lo said Postal could have helped himself in that situation. He could have, man, but 30 seconds left to go in the fight, man. Come on, man. Let the motherfucker go down at least. I can understand if he had been dropped several times in the fight. He never even got in the fight, not one time. You know what I'm saying? Let the motherfucker get knocked down. Eric Gar said Colbert kissed the Converse and everything. God damn. D-Lo, who's the master? D-Lo said, yeah, I have 8 Crow on Taylor versus Postal, Regis, and Ramirez. Hey, shout out to Taylor gang, man. We just served plenty of Crow around this hoe. And I called it from the get-go. When he fought against O'Hara Davies, I said that motherfucker gonna be a champion. J1 Pro, hold on. Lala D said, I don't think he's a bum, but he can never beat Bud. Well, I don't think Bud can beat Charlo. I think if Charlo, if because he talking about he want to fight Charlo, I think Charlo will whoop his ass. I think he'll knock his ass out, as a matter of fact. Let me scroll down. I was thinking that somebody was gonna come defend him. Where you at, the Kane? Don't Charlo got a messed up shoulder or something that, you know, the motherfucker Crawford can get by?
Well, man, I mean, it'll be a tough fight for Crawford, man. But you know, That's my boy Crawford. If Crawford really want to fight that dude, I believe he'll beat him.
You think he'll beat Charlo?
Yeah. If he want to fight him, like if he really step into that ring with Charlo, then Charlo is in trouble. But if Bud don't believe he can beat him, then I don't believe.
Well, he been saying he want to fight him, so I think he can beat him.
Now, if he go up there and fight Charlo, that will shock me. But yeah, I believe he'll beat him. I bet on it.
That'd be a great test.
I think it's a such thing as biting off more than you can chew. I think that
Napoleon
motherfucker
Armstrong.
that's too big
He'll
and
chew
strong.
Charlo ass up.
Napoleon Armstrong in the building. Salute, bro.
I think that he would have a better chance like before his last fight because he just had a learning experience. And that's one thing I noticed about Charlo. He learns from his experiences. He gets better like when he go through adversity. You know what I'm saying? So I think he'll go out there and beat Crawford. It might not just be no walk in the park, but I think he'll stop that motherfucker. Because I don't think Charlo, I don't think Crawford got the best chin. All it takes is one punch from Charlo and your ass to be seeing stars in that bitch.
Yeah,
Charlo on that
he
fight.
hit you hard, but he gotta be able to hit you.
Shit.
Let's not act like Bud has an impenetrable defense where he don't get
you
quite
acting
often.
like Bud elusive or some shit. He the Matrix.
No, I ain't saying he that elusive, but I'm just saying if he's a smarter fighter than Charlo, so that's gonna be his
Shit.
strength in the fight.
I'm just gonna say Mean Machine. Mean Machine got to his ass.
Yes, sir.
See, Crawford ain't finna go out there trying to experiment and fight southpaw and shit against no Charlo.
Why?
Cause Charlo is a threat.
Well,
I don't think he saw.
So what he been doing since then? Who else are gonna find who's not a threat?
Wait, what now?
Hey, Lala D, you know that.
Yeah, but I'm saying I just think that he didn't see Mean Machine as much of a threat, so he was gonna go out there and just play around. I don't think he would do that against Charlo.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in the chat a little bit. I think I'm right here with D-Lo. D-Lo said I ate a couple of crow nuggets on Taylor versus Catterall for the fuck of it. You must have took Catterall or some shit. Hell, I need to start gambling too, man. These last 2 weeks, we had a chance to make some ground up on this Chan Ross because it's been a bunch of upsets, you know what I'm saying? And the people that's normally at the top, they've been at the bottom. D-Lo said, yeah, Trey, I've been saying I want to see someone campaign as an undisputed champ, even if it was Canelo. Bud has several title defenses. He is a champ for sure. I'm talking about the undisputed championship, though. He ain't defend that. Lala D said, where? Oh, I read that already. D-Lo said, rain is a better word. D-Lo said, no, I was correcting myself when I said rain. Okay. Lala D said, stop shitting on Bud. The man is pound for pound, and you hate it. I really don't give a damn.
Yeah, well, let's keep it so emotional.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
No, Trey, I think you hate it, bro. You hate it.
Nah, I don't give a damn. Hey, if y'all gonna talk shit, I'm gonna talk shit. So I'm supposed to sit up here and it's a one-way street and y'all talk shit to me and I don't come back with nothing. Y'all got me fucked up, man.
Hey, Jazzy T in the building, salute, sis.
That's the queen that called Bobby Jean. What's up with it? Salute to my boy Napoleon Armstrong in the building. What's going down? I don't have you. Napoleon been making his picks regularly on the Chan Ross and shit too, man. We just had a pretty good week collectively in the Chan Ross, man. Gil Coles KO 11 in a 10-round fight. He got third place, I think, or second place. No, he got second place. And I saw several people that were like in the top 10 and shit, man. So we had a pretty good showing. D-Lo said, Bud said Charlo. Charlo said, I'm moving up to 160, goddamn me. So I guess he'll be another one. If he get the undisputed, he ain't gonna defend it. He is gonna move up. Lala D said, I can bet you on Bud versus Charlo. I ain't betting shit. Leave me alone. Ivy said, Jamel gets stopped by Crawford at 154. He said Jamel gets stopped by Crawford at 154.
Who said that?
That's what Hyphy say. So that's your
shout out to Hyphy.
Yeah, I about to say that's your partner in crime. D-Lo said Charlo will be a deserving hold on. Something, I don't even know what that shit means. He's saying Charlo will be a deserving underdog versus Jamel. I guess he's saying Crawford would be a deserving underdog versus Jamel in his opinion. But I would have to look at a bunch of tape before I make a pick on that one. And I'm just looking at a guy that started at 135, going up to 154 and beating somebody that plans on fighting at 160 and maybe even 168 one day. Yeah, they got these weight classes for a reason, man. That's a big, strong motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm going ahead and just roll with the size and the athleticism. I really don't think Crawford is the best athlete in my just my opinion. I think he a real good fighter, but like explosive athleticism, that's not what I associate with him. I associate uh skills with him. You know what I'm saying? Doing confusing type shit to his opponents. That's the kind of stuff I look at him. But as far as like the straight explosion, nah, that's not how I look at him. But Charlo got that though. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker can explode on your ass. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with Charlo. D-Lo said Bud would be a deserving. I got you. La D Marlo's corner. You got your asthma pump? What you got over there in your gasma pump, bro?
I got some motherfucking bubble. That's what I was saying when y'all was talking. I busted in and said, "You know it," in my old dog voice. You know, I keep that gas pump.
Already. Hyphy say Josh Taylor couldn't make any adjustments. No injury or weight training is an excuse for lack of adjustments. That's a lack of IQ. Yeah, I can't defend Josh Taylor right now, man. But don't be surprised if I have spontaneous outbursts of aggression against y'all from time to time, because I ain't gonna just sit up here and just let y'all kick me in my ass for the whole weekend and come back on Monday and get to kicking me in the ass again. Y'all got me fucked up.
Y'all gotta quit fucking with Trey X, man. It has a traumatic experience. Cause I remember the last time I stopped being attached to these boxers when Rigo lost to Loma like that. That shit had me depressed all Sunday. I
Oh,
said
don't mention that, bro. Man, I was screaming at Rigo. I was on the Boxer Voice pissed off because that nigga quit. I was so hot. I could take the L, but he just no matter. And I'm like, man, if you don't, yeah, I'm cool, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, that's when I just decided, man, I can't be attached to these boxing. No, I shouldn't be this depressed over boxing. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm just talking shit though, bro. I ain't attaching no fighter like that, man. Because if I was, I'd be in here making excuses and all. I've been saying that he got his ass whooped from the get go. I'm just talking shit and just having fun with it, bro. It ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the only thing that get to me,
yeah,
the only thing that get to me is that I can't talk shit like I normally do. Like when
you can still talk shit. You can still talk shit.
Yeah, it just won't have no basis behind it.
Yeah, it don't have the same weight to it, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't come in here and talk my shit like I normally do. That's really what was tripping me out on the football game. It wasn't even about the bet that I made or none of that shit. It was about the fact that I come and talk my shit. Because that's a big part of being Trey X, talking my shit. You know what I'm saying? But we got to win. We got to win to talk shit, man. We can't be losing. Eric Ross said, hell no. Tony Harrison from the second Charlo will beat Bud. Tony Harrison from the second Charlo fight, he'll give him a run. D-Lo said, Lord, here come the Bud jump section. If the live, hold on. Lord, here come the Bud jump section of the live stream. I got you. Pecos Bill said, who's smoking with you? I ain't smoking right now. I got some headband and shit, though, man. I got to put you on one of these TACP cards I've been getting, man. They got some shit that hit like a dab. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about your ass to be MIA fucking with this shit, man.
You're right.
Hey, fire up. I'm in the air already. I'll meet y'all at the moon.
I do got some of this. I do got a blend of some shit. I got some TACP blended with TACO and Delta 8. That shit pretty strong too, man. It's pretty good. So I guess I'll take a hit for the culture. You know what I'm saying? DeCane laughing, talking about Bud would embarrass Harrison after. I mean, you got Super Bad fucked up, man. Super Bad gonna fight back, bro. He a lot bigger than Crawford too, man. That motherfucker 6'1". You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be kind of hard for me to assume that Crawford gonna go beat these 6 foot motherfuckers. I know Crawford.
What's his face? One leg guy was 6 feet, wasn't he?
Yeah, you one leg though, and I was gonna say Postal too. Postal is tall, but you know he ain't on that. He ain't got the strength and shit as them folks at 154. You know. We
That
ain't
damn
seen him.
Harrison got about as much movement as Benavidez.
Come on, bro. Harrison, look at the way he fought Charlo in the first fight, man. You know he went out there and used some lateral movement, bro. Don't do that shit that came in. Cut that shit
He
out,
threw a
bro.
little jab out there that was catching Charlo. He was all right.
Chill out with that revisionist history, bro. The shoulder scientists be on that. God damn. I'm gonna tell you something else about the shoulder scientist. If he pick a fighter to beat another fighter, I'm gonna tell you the reason. Because the other fighter don't have the legs to beat the other fighter. That's one of his main things he look at. He was like, man, I don't think she got the legs to beat her. I don't think he got the legs to beat him. Am I lying to Kane?
Hey, for real, legs is important. If I ever fight you, you'll see what I mean by that.
I already said that I have trouble with people that move around and shit, so I'm gonna have to make it dirty on your ass. You know what
That's
I mean?
another reason I said that.
D-Lo said I took Taylor, but that motherfucker lost, so I felt guilty and ate nuggets. Yeah, I ate my crow, man, even though he technically got the win on paper. You know what I'm saying? But I ate my crow, man. D-Lo said I took Taylor, but I read that Napoleon. Okay, La D said Trace. I'm just talking shit. Yeah, we all supposed to be in here just talking shit, man. It ain't gonna be no one-way street, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's cool to talk shit, but hell, I'm coming back or something too. Napoleon said, okay, talking to La D. Eric Carr said the jump from 47 to 54 is different from 35 to 40. That's what I be telling people, bro. It's like if it was Crawford going from 60 to 68, I would feel different. But going from 47 to 54, that's the big jump. I done said it a million times. Like you could be at 47, you might fight Danny Garcia as a top 5 welterweight or something. You go to fucking 154, and all of a sudden you got somebody that's 6'1", 76 and a half inch reach. That's Jared Hurd. You can fight somebody like Fondor that's 6'7". Harrison 6'1". Charlo, he 5'11", but that's still bigger than the welterweights. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes be pretty big at 154, man. That motherfucker come in looking like giant.
And let's not forget they coming in there basically at 54, making the weight probably a little under 54. When these guys at fight night, they're gonna be 160, probably 168. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference.
I about to say you being generous. That motherfucker gonna be like 165 fight night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what
Crawford might walk. What y'all think Crawford walk around weight is?
Man, honestly, I don't think it's no more than like 160, 165.
That's what
I
I was
don't think
thinking.
it's that. I think about 160, no bigger.
Yeah, because he stay in the gym, he stay in shape. He kind of remind me of Mayweather like that. I think Mayweather walk around about the same weight as Crawford.
Probably under the 160 for me.
Yeah, I was about to say that because he don't have a real big frame, and he's starting to look like he getting about as thick as he gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say he walk around at maybe 154. At the
I was
biggest.
thinking about 160. Now where y'all think Charlo walk around?
Shit, probably about 180.
I was thinking 175.
175. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
he kind of busy in the ring though. You know, he stay in the ring. I don't see him gaining that much.
That's true, but I think he what's funny is, but like you said, you thinking about those size differences. I remember when they were talking about Earl Spence being big, and when he stood next to the Charlo, you get a real understanding the differences in these weights. Because the little Charlo looked at big next to him, like Annie was tall. So it's like, damn, like okay, that is a massive leap to 154. Them some big boys.
Yeah, and I'll be thinking about bone density and all that kind of stuff. It ain't just about the muscles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a bigger man, you just like a bigger, more dense man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what's playing. That's what I'm thinking. I know that Crawford got a better skill set, but just the physical advantages for Charlo going up to 154. I just don't know if Crawford will be able to overcome that.
I think Lubin's fighting Crawford at 154. I got action with Lubin at that weight, man. I know people say shit about his chin, but I think it'll stand up a little better to the dude moving up.
And if that fight happens, I got Charlo. by
I,
stoppage too.
Yeah, I got Charlo by stoppage too.
if
Oh,
Lubin fight
over Crawford?
Crawford, I got Lubin. If Lubin fight Crawford,
Yeah, I take any one of them top
Oh
54
my God,
pounders.
I'll
But
be so quick to bet you on that.
hey, they hit
Oh, you
different.
better put
Hey,
it up.
we can make a friendly wager too. You know what I'm saying?
hey, the
We make a
Kane. If
friendly
you ain't
wager.
noticed, I only bet when I know I'm gonna win.
Okay, all right. This
You,
past
you weren't.
weekend, I got a lot to say about that.
You didn't
Well,
put
I'm
no
just
money
saying,
down.
I haven't
Hey,
been betting when I've been losing.
Oh,
hey,
okay.
cause I hear y'all talking about Crawford skills, but Charlo got skills too, man. Charlo got some solid fundamental skills.
That's
He
You know what I'm
what I'm
do.
saying?
saying.
He ain't no chess player though.
Oh man,
See,
y'all
that's what
thinking
you
too
say.
much.
That's what you say because you praising Bud. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker got skills, man. This motherfucker displayed them. Motherfucker go to the body. This motherfucker work off the jab, and he can get up in the inside and rumble on the motherfucker. Crawford gonna have to work against that boy, man. It
Yeah, I
ain't finna
mean,
be it ain't, and he ain't got no he ain't it ain't going up in there like you would pick a Usyk over AJ. You know what I'm saying? That's that kind of fight. It ain't gonna be that kind of fight. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some adjustments made. You know what I mean? Gonna be some
And
shit going on in that fight. Most of the adjustments probably gonna come from Crawford.
oh
see,
yeah, for
this
sure.
my thing. Like Charlo, he been fighting like tough fight after tough fight after tough fight for the most part. That's why we give him credit. You know what I'm saying? 154 is kind of like a gauntlet, and they be fighting each other and shit. So when he fighting these good fighters, he learning. And I feel like Crawford would have a better chance to beat him if he would fight Charlo before he fought Castano. And the reason I say that is because I saw that Charlo, he had problems with the feints from Castano. That's one of the major advantages of Crawford. He like to feint you a lot and get you out of position. You know what I'm saying? That's one reason why it's kind of hard to call his fights. So if Charlo learns how to deal with this fighting and shit, and he takes that knowledge into the fight against Crawford, and Crawford's feints are not as successful or not as effective against Charlo, I think that's going to be a problem for Crawford.
Hey,
Mhm.
I saw a veteran fall for the feint though, Trey. That motherfucker Rigondeaux. Old boy fainted twice before he came in there with that lead shot, lead shot combination to drop his ass. You know what I'm saying? He kind of bit, kind of froze, and that's a
Yeah,
veteran right there.
I ain't even see the replay, but I don't doubt it, man. That's the way you get an opening on motherfucker. You feint them. Let me scroll down. DB at OG said Crawford versus Tony Harrison. Thoughts? Yeah, we just spoke on it a little bit. I think Tony Harrison will have action, but Crawford hit harder than Harrison, but Harrison a lot bigger than Crawford though, man. He's 6'1". That's a tough one to pick. Napoleon said half a turtle pie and half a runt stick over here. Goddamn me. I don't even know. I got this shit, this Delta 8, TACO, and TACP. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I got it's Green Dream. That's what it is. That's the terpene profile. But it's shit pretty good. But I like this other one that just straight TACP and Delta 8. That's the shit that'll have you missing in action. Your ass will be missing from life. For real. Lala D said, yeah, that one hurt. I don't know what she talking about. D-Lo said Duran started at bantamweight and beat on Rand Barkley at 160, who finished his career at heavyweight. It's not inconceivable for Bud to beat Jamel. Yeah, but I don't think Jamel is no Duran. I think Duran will beat the shit out of Crawford if they was in the same era. This is my opinion. I say something? The queen that called Bobby Jean says, appreciate it to Marlo. Hyphy say, here comes the Trey X distillate commercial. Hey, I ain't say nothing about Utoya though, man. The shit that I'm talking about, it come from Delta extracts. You know what I'm saying? But that shit good though, man. I ain't lying. Like I haven't even been getting nothing off the streets, and I ain't even been missing that shit, man. Especially since I discovered this. And they come in a 2-gram tank too, man. I be puffing, puffing, puffing. That shit don't even be. I mean, this motherfucker gone. DB at OG said, I don't know. Tony got skill, just his shape to finish. Yeah, that's true. He do kind of fade coming down the stretch. That was always the book on Tony Harrison. I remember when he first lost his first fight to Willie Nelson. He was out there styling and profiling on Willie Nelson. Then he faded down the stretch. I remember when he fought against Hurd. I had bet on Tony Harrison in that fight too. I had went to a poker game and I told everybody, hey man, y'all gotta check out this fight tonight, man. I got super bad and all this other kind of shit. And he went out there and was looking good early in that fight. I'm talking about lighting her ass up. And then once we got to like the 9th round, he started slowing down and all of a sudden counter right hand and he was hurt and eventually up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So if the gas tank, you got to get an edge to Crawford if Harrison is gonna fade. And he also faded in the second Charlo fight. He faded down the stretch in that fight. Somebody about to say something?
Nah, go ahead, man. I think he has he loses concentration in the second part. I think from the fatigue, and that's what's his downfall.
Pecos Bill said Trey X will beat the brakes off Bud. I know I get my ass whooped fucking around with Crawford, but I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna lay in something. I ain't gonna run.
I'm ready to train you, baby. I'm ready to train you.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay in something. I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm gonna at least make him figure out one thing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna just be oh man, what this motherfucker doing? It's gonna be at least one thing that he gonna have to, okay, he do something kind of good, you know what I'm saying? And I got a hell of a jab, man. I got a jab that will sit you on your ass. And it's hard to counter it and shit too, because I get my head off the line when I throw it. And that gives me a little bit more power. And plus, I keep my weight on the back foot. So I can push off my back foot. That helps me with my defense. And it gives me more power on my jab. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give him something that he going to feel. But after that, after he figured that out, I'm going to get my ass toe off the bone. I already know. Napoleon said Bud would beat the shit out of Tony, of course, as long as he stayed defensively responsible. Male too. He ready to electric slide to 60, Trey. Yeah, you think he's gonna go to 60? I forgot about Napoleon Armstrong, man. Hey, that's your spirit brother down there. Oh, the Kane ain't even on the panel no more. D-Lo said if they make Bud versus Spence, I expect to be overwhelmed with requests for bets by y'all since everyone beats Bud. Man, I really bet when I know I'm gonna win. If it's like a toss-up situation, I don't really like betting on that shit too much. I really like having an advantage. You know what I'm saying? That's just what my dad taught me at a young age. He taught me never bet hully-gully. He said, fuck all of that fair and square shit. He said fair and square is for suckers. He said only bet when you have an advantage. So whenever I make a bet, best believe I done looked at the numbers. I done done something.
Yeah, if that fight comes out plus Trex just fell off. If that fight comes out plus 100, minus 100 or some mess like that, man, you might as well flip a coin on that joint. Ain't no point even trying to compute that fight.
Social scientist said got him backstage like a groupie.
Well, if I need disappear, man, and then popping back up.
Hey, I see everybody dreaming and talking about Bud at 154. I won't just shoot him down and say he won't be good.
I was back here trying to find that knockdown for y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, find that joint.
I don't seem like I don't see him running through people like the way he was doing it in 140 and the guys that he beat in 147. I don't see him running through them like that. I think his test, all of them would be a lot different from that. I don't see him just, unless he got some hidden power that he hitting these boys with that I'm not understanding or seeing, and he can carry that to 154 and do the same thing. His wins are going to be like close wins. He's going to be like photo finishes. Unless he ends up getting caught a couple of times, because I can see a couple of those 154s putting him on his behind a couple of times, if not stopping him.
That's what I'm saying, man. I don't think people really understand. I consider 154 the best division in boxing. There's a lot, just because a lot of people discount fighters with losses and all this stuff. They got losses because they went against the best fighters in the world. That's what's going to happen. And these dudes ain't playing. And then plus, like I said, they'll look at him as like a lot of them dudes, that might be a career-defining win. I don't see them coming in to slouch or even fold up. And like you said, is his power going to translate up to 154 like that? I don't think so. So
it would be interesting to see though. But don't they use like a different size gloves from 147? Ain't that when the glove ounces jump up when they go to 154?
I believe that I remember Floyd Mayweather saying everything 147 and down is 8 ounces, 154 the heavyweight is 10 ounces.
10 ounces, yep.
Right.
So yeah, they go up to 10 ounces at 154. Cause Keith Thurman explained the fact that Mario
No,
Barrios.
actually,
Go ahead.
no, they go up to 10 ounces. They go up to 10 ounces at 147.1.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically the same thing. Once you go over 147, they go up to 10 ounces, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's dumb for them to put it right at that weight. Why would they?
I was basically saying if you miss weight, you're gonna have to fight 10 ounce blood.
Okay,
That's what they basically say.
that's a better way of putting it. Just say that. You miss weight, you gotta weigh 10 ounces. They hit us with a 147.1. I'm like, who the hell coming in at that weight?
It's done been fighters that came in overweight and still fought, but they just wasn't able to win the title if they would have
Yeah,
won.
I feel you.
That's just what it is. It just grew part of the rules, even though they break them for certain motherfuckers.
Yeah, makes sense.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, Trey, we got you.
All right. I had to change to another phone, man. My stuff sound crazy over here. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened, man. I figured your battery died or something.
He got 2 phones.
Trey, we have them straight talk phones, man. I'm gonna have to upgrade you, man. When my taxes come back, I got you, G.
I was really on. I was on 20% when I started the live stream.
Yeah.
Shit, that motherfucker made it for a good little minute. We almost on 2 hours, man. Y'all ready to shut it down?
Yeah, I think it's about that time.
Hey, the Kane go first.
Now we're gonna have MZ go first this time.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on, Marlo. As always, I greatly appreciate you guys.
Hey, MZ, you low? You super low?
Oh shoot, now I'm low. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, no. Thanks for letting me come on panel with you guys, man. Always a great time to kick back and enjoy the conversation about boxing. And shit, that's about it. Everybody have a great night. Everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all stopping through. Marlo's Corner, the best spot to be. Listening to Trey's Call the Fight. Ain't nobody better.
Oh, he done? Oh shit, I was just joking. He really did. But hey, everybody go to MZ channel tomorrow night because he gonna be on. I don't know what time, but get that man numbers up. Shit, I appreciate y'all brothers letting me stop by, talk my little shit on the channel, and I'll let y'all next time.
Oh no, hold on, the Kane. Before you go, you got to tell us about how the Andrade and Canelo fight went in your dream.
Man, get on some.
Hey, man.
King?
Hey, man, I just want to say I appreciate it again, man. I enjoyed the box. Hey, yo, at Trey X, man, this weekend, your ass had me dying, bro. Had me listen to that shit over and over again because you was having a good time watching some obliteration. So salute to the corner, man. And like I said, I'll see MZ tomorrow, man. Y'all come check out some boxing talk on Tuesday. Or with some other stuff mixed in there, a little bit of everything.
Hey, I don't know if nobody talking right now, but whenever somebody talk, I hear like 3 conversations at one time. So that's why I'm kind of off beat right now. You know what I'm saying?
No, ain't nobody said nothing. D-Lo, what's good, man? He picked a perfect time to come on. He probably gonna wait till we get off. But go ahead, bro.
I think Trey kind of hears, man. Trey.
Yeah, my shit over here tripping since I switched to this other phone. I don't know what the fuck going on, man. But I think I'm talking. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can
Y'all
hear
hear
you.
me?
Yeah.
All right, man. Salute to everybody that came through, man. Yeah, my shit over here tripping, man. We're gonna come back with something on Friday, hopefully, man. I don't know exactly how bro schedule looking or what's gonna be going on, but Ramirez and let me take this earpiece out of my fucking ear, man. Ramirez fight this motherfucker. What's his name? Pedraza.
Yep.
He fight Pedraza this weekend, man. So we're gonna try to call that shit. You know what I'm saying? But salute to everybody, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. I ain't gonna talk y'all to death. Salute.
Salute. Hell yeah, man. Y'all already know another one down, man. Appreciate y'all for chopping it up, coming through, fucking with us, and rocking with us, man. Shit, always respect y'all opinion, man. It's always a good time chopping it up. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Till next time, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls, the fuck out my gym. Peace.